Hi guys, I'm here to talk about week 5, the summary. I think it was very important because as an educator, you have to think about what the students think in their shoes. Like you have to put yourself in their shoes. For example, the names. We don't realize, like, yes, names do have meanings, but we don't realize what it means to them or what it means to their family, to their culture. um, by you as an educator making that bond, letting them have that meaning, and taking that extra moment to say, okay, for example, her name is Stephanie, but her name for her means something else, and I will accept the way she is. It creates a diversity in that classroom, and it lets everyone get to know each other a little better and create a little bond between each other. By setting a sense of community in that classroom, it shows the students to be respectful, caring, and thankful in their own little community of their own classroom in that room, but also it shows them how to be respectful, caring, thankful, everything of that outside in their own community once they leave the school. Communication. Communication is the very basic way, like, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. But when someone comes here and they don't know how to speak English, or they don't know how to, let's say we're in Europe, they don't know how to speak French or something, or Italian, it's very hard to communicate. When growing up, there's a sequence as to how we communicate. There's home language use, telegraphic and formulaic use, and productive use. Um, the home language use is practically words that they have learned back at home, and they have like they're familiar with the words like milk or mom or car. Very simple words like telegraphic. It's very simple, no phrasing. It helps build the vocabulary, but at the same time it's just very simple as to one word, meaning it's one word and has one definition. Then it goes to formulaic use, is simple phrases like, let's say, I fell, uh-oh, or okay. The words are starting to be more advanced, not just crying in a sense of getting attention. I'm sorry. It's more like, uh-oh, I fell, like I shouldn't have done that, or that wasn't a right thing to do. The next thing after that stage would be productive use. The stronger vocabulary is there. They speak in sentences. They also build on previous knowledge. And they put words together to better communicate with classes and or adults. So they have a better communicating system in the way that they can communicate either with their friends in school, parents, aunts and uncles. They can defend themselves more in the communicative world. Children just children don't just go through one stage to go to the other, like forgetting what they learned in the past. They acquire all the information and they add on to what they have, meaning that they will add more vocabulary, more longer sentences. They plan to use it so that they can know how to speak for themselves, defend for themselves, like all that. They also, what opened my eyes a lot was the learning strategies that was brought to my attention. That as an educator, I thought it was just visual, auditory, and kinesthetic, the VAK. But what really opened my eyes is that as an educator, you have to think about every single person in that group. No, we're not all visual learners, we're more auditory, but at the same time, you have to think about how we're feeling that day, if we feel very productive, and if not, how, as an educator, how do we approach that? If a student's not feeling productive that day, how do we make that change, and how do we have that student, even though they're not feeling productive, how do we make it work, you know? So it is important to know how second language learners are obtaining new information, since communicating with others is a bit harder than it is for others. And then I have here, there are more ways to learn and obtain new information, like I said, other than the visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. It is very interesting to know that not all students fall under the categories of VAK. And while educating something new to overwhelm students, it's very important to take into consideration their personality skills, like I said, whether it is moneric, hierarchic, oligarchic, and anarchic. Sorry. Well, let's see. It says here moneric, which are the learners that prefer projects to focus on one thing. Their focus is all about, let's say I'm doing a science project, it's all about, my focus is all about that, not on what's coming next. I will focus on that when it comes. Hierarchic is when they prefer the task and let them create the goals, like the level of the goals that they complete, like what's more important to complete and what's more important to finish, the whole project itself, or do you want to go one step at what step at what step. Sorry, I'm a little sick. Oligarchic is allowing students to complete or fulfill goals of equal importance. So this one, it seems like it focuses on the whole project as itself, but at the same time they like to put details into the project, meaning that go they follow through each detail, making sure that they finish it as a whole. And last but not least, I have here anarchic. Learners prefer the tasks that allow great flexibility in approaches and trying anything according to their own wishes. So this one, I believe that they complete the task, but their way of thinking is that however they feel they should finish it, but they will finish it, like they're not timed or anything like that. They will go at their pace, just as it says. They are very flexible in approaches and they will try anything according to their own wishes. Thank you.